Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Martin Belver Auto Spa, and now we're in part 4 of our ceramic coating ultimate torture test. This is the part that everyone's been waiting for, and I know everyone's been excited for the past month or so while I've been working on this. So here it is. We're going to be chemical torture testing all of these coatings. Now, if you want to see the application, yada yada, I've got a part 1, 2, and 3 going over all the finer details. But real quick, just to show you, the pan to the right here are all the chemicals that we're going to be using. So between each chemical, we're going to wash it with Kosh Chemie reactivation shampoo. This is an acid shampoo. Ceramic coating should be able to resist that, no problem. It's made for cleaning out ceramic coatings and other things of that nature. And then we've got all these chemicals that we're going to use. So because they're ceramic coatings, you got to really hammer them to really see a difference, and that's what we're going to try and see. So moving from right to left, or left to right, excuse me. We've got many different chemicals. We're going to be going from what's I believe to be least aggressive to most aggressive. So we'll be starting out with FameLab Rinseless Wash. It's a rinseless wash that contains, I believe, D-limonene. Then we'll go with pH neutral, or pH balance, I should say, iron removing wheel cleaners. They're on the more acidic side, like 6, but they are pretty close to neutral. They're very gentle on wheels. Then we've got some glass cleaners and panel preps. Most of these contain alcohol. Again, nothing too crazy. Then we're going to some mild multi-purpose cleaners and all-purpose cleaners. Then we're going to the high alkaline all-purpose cleaners. The more mild wheel and tire cleaners, the more aggressive wheel and tire cleaners, acids, including wheel acid, and then finally we will finish the test off with Carpro Tarex, which is a D-limonene solvent. So most of the videos are going to be sped up. I'll be bringing it to real time periodically so I can check to see how things are done. I'm going to be using a clean towel for every chemical that I apply, or excuse me, not every chemical that I apply, but for every type of chemical I apply as I get through it. And we're just going to take it from there. So, real quick, I know for those of you who are just tuning in just now, I'm going to go through all these coatings from left to right. They're probably going to be hard to see from the camera from back here, but this is the only way I can show the whole panel. So we've got Carpro D-Quartz Go pre-production, D-Quartz Go, C-Quartz UK 3.0, C-Quartz SIC, Black Rhino Fat Beads, Underdog Marine, Black Rhino, their standard Black Rhino coating that doesn't have a name. It's just called Black Rhino. Black Rhino Optics, Black Rhino Graphics, Stark Liquid Thor, Stark Repel Pro, Underdog Pro, Underdog Pro Plus, Ethos Graphene Max V2, which is currently unreleased, Ethos Ceramic V2, also currently unreleased, Ethos Easy Peasy Plus, currently unreleased, Stark Liquid Kraken, DIY Detail 3-year, DIY Detail 5-year, DIY Detail 8-year, and DIY Detail 8-year with the 3-year on top, the stack. System X Max, Ryan West Industries 9H, Ryan West Industries 7H, FameLab V3, sorry, Ceramic V3, FameLab Ceramic V3 with Overcoat V3 on top. System X Pro, Apex BC7, Armor Detail Supply Quartz, Armor Quartz Pro, Armor Stack, which they recommended, which is Quartz Pro with quartz on top. System X Crystal Cerakote, keep an eye on that one, infamous. Meguiar's M888 Beyond Ceramic Coating, Geon Mo's Evo, and Gloss Revolution Barrel 1 from Puerto Rico. So if the manufacturer suggests 2 coats, I did 2 coats. If they said a second coat is optional, I did not do a second coat. I only did a second coat if they said to do a second coat. And then plus we got our stacks here. So just keeping it fair across the board, I applied everything according to their specifications, instructions, whatever you want to call it. Let's get into the test. Again, a lot of it's going to be sped up. I will be slowing down periodically. And I'm probably going to come back and do a voiceover during that section. So, part you all been waiting for, let's get into it. So we're going to get into this test. Hit it with the water first so we can see the water behavior. Seeing that everything is good, and I'll just go ahead and say it now. Cerakote Cerakote did all right. It wasn't the best, but it held on to my test. When I ordered Cerakote, I got a batch of it after that first initial wave from Pan the Organizer's video. So maybe there was something wrong with that first batch, and then they fixed it, changed something up, but it seemed to behave like a ceramic coating for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and get that out of the way, just in case anybody was wondering. I have no affiliation with Cerakote. I was expecting it to fail like it did for Jamie and Jimbo, but it worked well for me, so give him a chance, I guess. So go ahead and hit that first wash, make sure it doesn't kill anything off. Now, first round we're going to be going with, this is a FadeLab rinseless wash, and then we're going to be going through the different iron removing cleaners. And what I'm doing is I'm just hitting the panel with each chemical, and then I wash between each chemical type. And I'll slow the video down just so you can get a better look at the water behavior. Try my best to evenly hit everything as much as I can. If you have any questions about what any of the chemicals are or any part of the video, just comment down below with a timestamp what you want to know. I'll be happy to answer your question. Alright, now this is the first milestone here. Not surprising, all the ceramic coatings handle the iron removers just fine. It's really not harsh chemicals. They're not made to be harsh unless you are some type of rust or oxidized metal, but other than that, you're good. Now we're going to get into some glass cleaners and panel preps. Again, not very harsh chemicals. Most of these contain some level of alcohol, made to clean off glass and or to prep a panel before using some type of coating. But again, we're going to go from harshest to most aggressive. Alright, all done with the glass cleaners and panel preps, and again, everything seemed to be fine, as you can see here. And to get a better look at this, guys, I would suggest making the video go full screen. Because I know it is tough to see, but I had to stay zoomed out enough that I got everything in frame. So, I apologize if you're having a tough time seeing the water behavior, but everything's going pretty good so far. Now we're getting to the more mild all-purpose cleaners and multi-purpose cleaners. These are ones that can generally be used on the interior as well, as long as you know what you're doing. This is when we're going to start to see some degradation of some of the coatings. Alright, now rinsing off here, this is where I started to notice some degradation. Not a lot, nothing crazy, but I'm going to point out here on the panel which ones I noticed where the beading was slowing down or going to sheeting, not as strong. So it's going to be Gloss Revolution Barrel 1 and Cerakote. Those two slowing down a little bit. But again, still very much there, doing their job, so just not holding up to the chemicals as well as the other products. So now we're going to be using the higher alkaline degreasers and all-purpose cleaners. These ones are heavier hitters, usually ones I wouldn't recommend using on the interior. Good on wheels, tires, wheel wells, really dirty areas, things where you just really need that punch to get through the grease and grime. Alright, now we're going to rinse it again, see what's degraded more this time. So again, Gloss Revolution Barrel 1 and Cerakote. The others still seem to be doing pretty well. I did notice some are, at their initial phase really starting to go, but again, nothing that's really setting itself apart, so we're going to keep going. And now we're going to be using the alkaline wheel cleaner products. These are wheel and tire cleaners. These are the more mild wheel and tire cleaners I'm using. After I do this, I'm going to go to the heavier hitters, but these ones are more safe on most wheel finishes, if not all wheel finishes, as well as cleaning your tires. And this is where we really start to notice some more degradation, which I'm going to point out after I get everything rinsed off. So that was Black Rhino Fat Beads. Slowing down a little bit. Ethos Easy Peasy Plus, which is expected. Gloss Revolution Barrel 1. And Cerakote. Next to Cerakote, you got System X Crystal on the left and Megs McGuire's M888 on the right. Doing amazing. Great product from McGuire's. Way to go. Now we're going to the heavier hitting wheel and tire cleaners. These things are much more aggressive. These will strip tires clean, usually in the first round, and really punch through the grease and grime on wheels as well. But these are more aggressive on more sensitive wheel finishes, so you got to be careful. And then here with the infamous Turtle Wax Hybrid Solutions Hyperfoam from Jimbo's video. But no, it didn't kill Cerakote in my video, so again, Cerakote must have had to have been that first batch, which doesn't seem like I got that first batch, so we're going to wash it and we're going to inspect. But again, we saw more coating starting to degrade here. Nothing has failed, nothing failed in this test at all, which is good. Ceramic coating should not fail a test like this, but we can definitely see degradation. That's the point of the test. So, C-Quartz, or D-Quartz, I should say, D-Quartz Go and C-Quartz SIC. C-Quartz UK is still doing great. Tried and true. Black Rhino Optics and their regular Black Rhino as well as Fat Beads. Those are slowing down. Graphics is doing really good still. I think that's their graphene coating. And that was Ethos Easy Peasy, as mentioned before. And that was expected. It's not meant to be long term. Then right there, DIY 3-year slowing down a little bit. And then the DIY 8-year is slowing down more than the 5-year, but that stack's going strong. Then we got Ryan West Industries 7-inch starting to slow down. 9-inch still doing really good. And then Gloss Revolution Barrel 1 and Cerakote. Now we're starting in with the acids. First one, DIY Details, water spot remover. Now people will say this has something in it that may cause beading. It's not the case if you look over there in the control section on the left. The beading rate's different. Now this did seem to revive a lot of the coatings more, but as we continue to hit them with the acids, you're going to see, the same ones that have been slowing down are really going to show their degradation. I think DIY may have something in the formula that if it's not washed off, may make the beading appear that it's a little bit better than it really is. But it doesn't, as you saw in bare paint, it doesn't make the bare paint bead, so it doesn't have a beading agent in it, as some may think. But anyways, just want to get that out of the way. Alright, now we're going to give it a good inspection after hitting out the acids. See what we got. So again, D quartz and black rhino fat beads, C quartz SIC. Black Rhino graphics, or excuse me, not graphics, optics slowing down. The acid brought the regular Black Rhino back a little bit better. The underdogs are starting to slow down a little bit aside from Pro. That's Ethos Easy Peasy and Ceramic V2 slowing down a little bit. The DIY 3-year and the 8-year, as mentioned last time, slowing down a little bit. Again, nothing crazy. Gloss Revolution Barrel 1 been slowing down this whole test, and Cerakote really been slow. Those Cerakote and Gloss Revolution have been probably in, I guess I'd say, in last place in this test. Now we're going to hit it with a solvent, delaminating solvent, Carpotarex. This is going to be the last chemical. I usually don't use this in tests anymore, but I figured, you know, this stuff is fine on ceramic coating, so let's go ahead and see how it does. And then, you know, wash it off. This stuff does have to be washed off. It's not water soluble, so make sure you do that. And this will really give us a last idea of how everything's doing. And I'm going to zoom in on everything so you can see. So bringing the camera in close here, that's D quartz pre-production. Slow down a little bit with fat beads underneath it from Black Rhino, and D quartz Go production version. C quartz UK, beautiful, smashed it. C quartz SIC slowed down a little bit. It's crazy because C quartz UK is so old, but it's doing so good. That's Black Rhino Graphics, that's Black Rhino Standard, that is Stark Liquid Thor. Most of the wording has gone off. Go down to the next row. Underdog Pro Plus and Underdog Pro. I think that's one of the Stark coatings. No, that's Underdog Pro. And then those two on the left, that's Stark Repel and then Stark Liquid Thor on the left, very left. Okay, I remember now. Those are doing really good. Stark's products nailed it, nailed the test, way to go. And that's a boat care brand, but you can still use their stuff on paint. And right there, we've got Stark Kraken, Liquid Kraken, Ethos Easy Peasy Plus. Did slow down a little bit, as you can see. Ethos Ceramic V2, slowing down a little bit. And then Ethos Graphene Max V2 blew through this test like it was nothing, as I'd expect. And then kind of halfway down there, we've got the DIY, or I'll go left to right. So on the kind of very far, I keep moving the camera around, I forget what I'm doing here. That's a DIY 8-year, Easy Peasy Plus right above it. So DIY stack on the right, 8-year, 5-year, and the 3-year right there. Refer back to the beginning of the video, guys. I know it's kind of confusing because all the words have worn off and I can't really point at it because I'm doing this post-production, but that middle row right there, that's all DIY detail. And then right under it is System X Max, System X Pro, and System X Crystal, all on the left there. They did fine. System X making some good coatings. Ryan West 9H, 7H. See the 7H slowed down a little bit. And that's Apex BC7, Armor Quartz Pro, Armor Stack. Kind of above them, we got FaneLab Ceramic V3 and FaneLab V3 and Overcoat. Then on the very bottom row, System X, Crystal, Cerakote, Meguiar's M888,
Gion, Moe's Evo, which did fine, and Gloss Revolution. So Maguire's really good stuff here. But yeah, so far so good. I'll do one more video just going over everything to wrap it up, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this. So definitely make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for more.